flash and record.
I want to introduce you first to my audience. This is Bobby and Sheila Battles. Today we'll be talking about how to safely handle a firearm, in particular a handgun, and how to shoot it as well. Today we'll be demonstrating on a 9mm P89 Ruger. The first thing that we are to do is to make sure that the gun is in safety mode. There is a safety switch on both the left hand and the right hand side of the gun. On the left hand side you will notice there is an S. It stands for safety, and also a white dot. Make sure that your gun is always in safety, and when it's in safety it will not fire. Next thing you're going to want to do is push on this, eject the clip, and make sure you have no bullets in the clip. As you can see, there's none in here. You then replace it. Next you pull back on your slide to make sure there's no rounds in your chamber. And then you pull on this lever to engage the gun back. The next thing you do is to make sure, and when you're safely handling a gun, is to always keep your gun pointed downward where it's not aimed toward people, or point it toward the target when shooting. The next thing we should do is to check our target area. We'll check where we're shooting at to make sure that it's a safe area to shoot. There should be no hard surfaces such as rocks or water, because the bullet, with the velocity that it's going at, could ricochet and cause danger to anyone around. And make sure, another safety feature would be have everybody stand behind you, your audience members or your partners, and make sure they're standing behind you so they're not in the line of fire. The next thing you need to do before shooting a gun for safety procedures is to have on your safety goggles. This will protect your vision. And also have on your earmuffs to protect your hearing, because guns are very loud and it could damage your eardrums. The next thing we're going to do in the safety procedure of a gun is to safely load the gun. We're going to make sure again that it's on safety and the white dot is showing. We will eject the magazine. I happen to have one loaded here, and I'm going to load it into the gun and make sure I'm still pointing it toward the ground while loading it. I am then going to place my earmuffs on. And in placing my earmuffs on, you first engage. What you have to do is engage your bullet. So you're going to slide it back and round one into the chamber. You're then going to take your gun off of safety, and you'll notice that the circle button is now red, so that it's in the fire position. Next thing you do, you're going to cock your gun. You're going to stand in a position and slightly bend your knees to make sure that you have complete control, and also hold both hands on the firearm to make sure that you have complete control. You're then going to take the sights, the front sight and the rear sights, place them together, and fire. You then, after you fire the gun, want to make sure it's back into the safety mode and place your weapon down on a safe position. Again, we're going to go over these safety procedures to make sure that you are safely handling a firearm. Before taking off your glasses, we're first going to unload it. We're going to put it in the safety mode. We're going to eject the magazine, take out the ones with the bullets in it. We're also going to pull back the slide and eject any bullets that may be in it. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put the empty clip back in, and that's how you safely empty your gun. So the steps again were to make sure that your gun first is on safety where it says S and there's a white dot. The next thing you're going to do is make sure that it's always pointing downwards or towards your target if you're shooting, and make sure that no one is in your line of fire. The next thing you're going to do is to make sure that you have your safety equipment on, such as your safety goggles and your hearing muffs. And you're going to make sure that your target area is a good target area where as a matter of fact, we shoot into a dirt hill so that we know nothing is hard on the surface. You're also going to want to make sure that you know your gun, know it before handling. You can take lessons with a safety instructor, or you could just read your manual and have somebody show you how to work the gun properly. Are there any questions?
How do you know that your weapon is empty when you're through firing?
When you're through firing, what you do, like I said, is you slide back the pull back the slide and make sure there's no round in the chamber.
Okay.
If you have children and they want to learn to shoot, what age would you suggest that they be taught how to handle a gun and shoot for safety? Because you hear of so many children in accidental shootings and homes, and should you start instructing children, and when?
Well, I think the key to safety when it comes to children is you should always have your guns locked up in a safe or in a cabinet. They should never be in the reach of small children or older children. They should never have access to them. To start teaching at a young age, you should start, with a gun that is appropriate for them, such as maybe just even a BB rifle or a .22, and start at maybe the age of 10. That would be a good starting age. Any other questions?
No, I think that does it.
Okay,
Thank you.
well, thank you so much.